Tessa Morgan squinted at the holographic summons hovering above her desk, her coffee mug frozen halfway to her lips. You have been selected as Earth's representative to the Galactic Senate, effective immediately. She blinked twice, wondering if the 3 consecutive all-nighters she'd pulled at the newly established Earth Embassy were finally catching up with her. Effective immediately, she muttered. I haven't even had time to develop an effective caffeine tolerance, let alone diplomatic immunity. Ambassador Drex, her Centaurian supervisor, scuttled into her office on 4 of his 6 limbs, the other 2 clutching what appeared to be a ceremonial robe and a translator earpiece. Ah, Morgan. You've received the notification. Excellent. The transport leaves in 20 minutes. I'm sorry, what? Tessa sputtered. I'm a junior cultural liaison. I translate bathroom signs and menu items. Why am I suddenly Earth's Senate representative? Drex's compound eyes blinked in what she'd come to recognize as discomfort. Well, you see, you're currently the only human we can locate in the diplomatic corps. Or anywhere in the capital district. Or anywhere in the known sectors of the galaxy, actually. Tessa carefully set down her coffee. Come again? Humans have gone missing. All of them. Except you. The Grand Chancellor insists Earth must maintain its Senate seat, and well, you're it. And nobody thought this was worth mentioning before now? Politics, Drex said, as if that explained everything. Now, do you prefer the blue robe or the sort of bluish-purple one? The purple brings out the strange coloration in your eyes. 20 minutes later, Tessa found herself aboard a sleek diplomatic shuttle, speeding toward the massive ring structure that housed the Galactic Senate. The Senate had graciously admitted Earth 3 years ago after humanity proved they could achieve faster-than-light travel without accidentally creating a black hole or weaponizing their sun, an apparently rare accomplishment among emerging spacefaring species. This is insane, she muttered, fidgeting with her robe's absurdly wide sleeves. I don't know galactic law. I don't know parliamentary procedure. I don't even know how to work the coffee machine in the embassy lounge. The shuttle pilot, a gelatinous creature named Blort, made a bubbling sound that her translator rendered as laughter. Don't worry. Most senators don't know those things either. Mostly they just argue and take bribes. That's not comforting. Wasn't meant to be, Blort gurgled cheerfully. The Senate chamber was a vast amphitheater with thousands of floating platforms, each accommodating representatives from the Galactic Union's 4,827 member worlds. Tessa's platform, marked with Earth's symbol, hovered near the outer rim, the diplomatic equivalent of the kids' table at Thanksgiving. Order! The 12,493rd session of the Galactic Senate is now in session, boomed a multi-toned voice from the central podium, where Grand Chancellor UX Tal, a 12-foot-tall crystalline being, presided. First item, the mysterious disappearance of humans throughout the galaxy. We acknowledge the presence of Earth Representative Morgan, apparently the last human available for comment. Every eye, visual sensor, and sensory tentacle in the chamber swiveled toward Tessa. She cleared her throat. Thank you, Chancellor. I'd very much like to know where my species has gone to. Particularly since I wasn't informed they were missing until about 30 minutes ago. A wave of muttering swept the chamber. From a nearby platform, a massive insectoid creature leaned toward her. Ambassador Krell of the Vespid Coalition, he chittered, mandibles clicking. How convenient that one human remains while all others vanish. One might question your involvement. Yes, I orchestrated the disappearance of 8 billion people so I could get promoted from translating bathroom signs to sitting in this fancy bathrobe, Tessa responded dryly. Brilliant deduction. Another platform glided closer, this one occupied by what looked like a sentient purple pudding with eyes. Senator Zorlax of the Gelatinous Confederation. Pay no attention to Krell. The Vespids suspect everyone of everything. Last session, he accused me of absorbing his lunch assistant. Did you? Tessa asked. That's hardly relevant, Zorlax wobbled dismissively. The point is, we're concerned. Humans were just getting interesting. You're the only species that has both achieved spaceflight and still enjoys consuming non-synthetic dairy products. Chancellor UXDEL's crystal form chimed for attention. Let us proceed with the investigation. Vice-Chancellor Nix will head the committee to locate the missing humans. A sleek, reptilian figure rose from a high-ranking platform. Vice-Chancellor Nix had jade-colored scales, vertical pupils, and the kind of smile that made Tessa instinctively want to check if her wallet was still there. I assure the Earth representative that we will devote our full resources to this unfortunate situation, Nix said silkily. In the meantime, let us proceed with our regularly scheduled agenda. Item 2, voting on Amendment 59C to the Intergalactic Import Tariff on Semi-Sentient Houseplants. 3 mind-numbing hours later, Tessa stumbled out of the chamber, her head spinning with procedural minutiae and alien politics. In the grand corridor, a small, twitchy alien with oversized ears and 6 spindly arms approached her. Representative Morgan? I'm Mick. I've been assigned as your Senate aide. He blinked rapidly. I'm programmed to assist with protocol, record-keeping, and preventing you from accidentally declaring war through improper fork usage. That can happen? Tessa asked. The Regelian-Procyon conflict of 3289 lasted 12 years. All because someone used a dessert fork for the main course. Tessa sighed. Great. Listen, Mick, I need to figure out what happened to my species more than I need to know which side of the plate the genocidal utensil goes on. Actually, I might have some information about that, Mick whispered, glancing around nervously. But not here. Senate corridors have ears. Sometimes literally, there's a species that's basically just ambulatory ears. He led her through a labyrinth of corridors to a small garden atrium. Once satisfied they were alone, he pulled out a data crystal. I work in records. After the first humans disappeared 2 months ago, I started noticing an unusual pattern in the transportation logs. Unauthorized shuttles, missing security footage, and all coinciding with human disappearances. 2 months ago? This has been happening for 2 months? Yes. And all the shuttles trace back to facilities owned by shell companies ultimately controlled by. Let me guess. Vice-Chancellor Nix? Mick's ears twitched in surprise. How did you know? Because he's the only one who looked happy to be put in charge of the investigation. Classic villain move. Like putting the fox in charge of the henhouse. Mick stared blankly. Earth idiom, Tessa explained. Foxes eat chickens. Henhouse is full of chickens. Ah. On my world, we say like putting a Grackner in charge of the spawnling nursery. Because Grackners consume. I get the idea, Tessa interrupted. So Nix is behind this. But why? What does he want with humans? Unknown. But there's a restricted facility on Proxima Station that received all the shuttles. If we could get there. Then let's go. Now. But you have 17 more orientation sessions scheduled. Including how not to breathe offensively around gaseous lifeforms. Mick, my entire species is missing. Orientation can wait. Getting to Proxima Station proved surprisingly easy. Tessa's new senatorial credentials granted her access to a personal shuttle, no questions asked. The hard part came when they reached the station and discovered it was guarded by security drones programmed to recognize and detain humans on site. Well, that confirms we're in the right place, Tessa muttered as they ducked behind a cargo container, narrowly avoiding a patrol. I can disable the security system, Mick offered, but we'll need a distraction. The distraction came in the form of Senator Zorlax, who had apparently followed them from the Senate. The gelatinous senator oozed up beside them, causing both to jump. Representative Morgan. I thought you might be conducting an unauthorized investigation, so I took the liberty of following you. Are you going to report us? Tessa asked. Report you? My dear, I'm going to help you. We gelatinous beings have a saying, never trust a reptile with more teeth than ethical principles. Nix has been accumulating too much power. I'm curious to see what he's up to. With Zorlax creating a diversion by pretending to be an industrial cleaning spill, Mick disabled the security system, and they infiltrated the facility. Inside, they found not a prison or laboratory as Tessa had feared, but what appeared to be an enormous shopping mall. And it was filled with humans. Thousands of them, wandering cheerfully between shops, eating in food courts, and trying on clothes. What the actual, Tessa began. "Ah, Representative Morgan," came Vice Chancellor Nix's smooth voice from behind them. "I see you've discovered our little project." Tessa whirled around. "You kidnapped my entire species to build a mall?" "Not a mall," Nix corrected. "A comprehensive anthropological study environment. You see, humans are the only species in the galaxy obsessed with the recreational acquisition of material goods. This behavior is fascinating to us." "You're studying our shopping habits?" "Precisely. The human capacity for deriving pleasure from purchasing items they don't need is unmatched in the galaxy. We've recreated the perfect environment to observe this phenomenon." "But you can't just abduct people for a research project." Nix looked genuinely confused. "We compensated them generously. Free housing, unlimited credit accounts, designer goods from across the galaxy." Tessa spotted a familiar face in the crowd, her old college roommate, Lisa, who was happily examining a pair of shoes that seemed to hover above her feet. "Lisa," she called out. "Don't you realize you've been kidnapped?" Lisa looked up. "Tessa? Oh my god, you have to try these shoes. They, adjust to your exact foot shape and come in colors that don't even exist on Earth." "But you've been taken against your will." "Have I though?" Lisa gestured around. "No bills, no work, unlimited shopping, and they've got actual replicators like in Star Trek for everything else we need. Most of us signed up voluntarily after the first few were approached." Tessa turned back to Nix. "So this isn't an evil plot to destroy humanity?" "Destroy? Goodness no. We're investing in humanity. Your species has an unique talent for creating desire for useless objects. Once we understand this capability, we plan to revolutionize the galactic economy." "That's actually kind of reasonable," Tessa admitted reluctantly. "But you still can't keep people here against their will, and you can't leave Earth without representation." "A fair point," Nix conceded. "Perhaps we could reach a compromise?" 3 weeks later, Tessa addressed the Galactic Senate from Earth's platform, which now accommodated a small delegation of human representatives who had agreed to split their time between Senate duties and participating in Nix's retail behavior studies. "The Human-Reptilian Retail Accord has been finalized," she announced. "Humans will share our marketing techniques and consumer psychology in exchange for advanced technology and a significant upgrade to Earth's Senate platform location." Earth's platform was now positioned much closer to the center of the chamber, right next to the Vespid Coalition, much to Ambassador Krell's dismay. Furthermore, Tessa continued with a barely suppressed smile, as a gesture of goodwill, Vice Chancellor Nix has agreed to fund an interspecies cultural exchange program, beginning with an Earth tradition known as Black Friday sales to be held in the Senate District next month. From his platform, Nix nodded approvingly, unaware of the chaos he had just endorsed. Senator Zorlax oozed closer to Tessa's platform after the session. "What exactly is this Black Friday ritual?" Tessa's smile widened. "Let's just say the galaxy is about to learn why humans are the undisputed champions of competitive shopping. I recommend wearing protective gear." As the Senate adjourned, Tessa couldn't help but feel a twisted sense of pride. Humanity might not have the most advanced technology or the most impressive military, but they had secured their place in the galaxy through the most unexpected of talents, their insatiable desire for stuff they didn't need. And sometimes, that was enough to save a species. Plus, she was definitely getting a senior diplomatic title out of this. One that didn't involve translating bathroom signs.